This is the ultimate prop firm comparison. Let's go, baby. I've been reviewing what I think are the most viable prop firms over my past videos, and today I deliver to you, my faithful viewers, the battle royale of prop firms. In this video, I will go over the top 5 prop firms and pit them against each other by looking at a list of metrics like rules, drawdown, cost, time to pay out, and so on. So smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and let's get into the ultimate prop firm comparison. So first, let's establish the metrics we will look at. First, we're going to look at the time to pass and the payout. How fast can you get the money and how easy can you pull out the money? Next will be cost. How expensive is the entire process from the eval account to funding? This includes the frequency of promotions. After that will be drawdown and the consistency percent. Then we'll look at scalability, lot size, account size, total accounts, and the ability to move up. And last, we're going to take a look at which ones actually offer live accounts. To make it as easy as possible for you, I've gone through and looked at their websites to find the answers, and will list the order in which they are the best. At the end, we can draw some comparisons and determine which firm has the sweetest offering. Now, I have reviewed all of these firms on my channel before, and I'll link all the reviews in the description below. They're all viable prop firms. They just have a little bit different rule sets, and again, it's going to depend on your objective as a trader, which one that you want to go with. But I'm going to rank them, pit them against each other, and at the end I'll give you which ones I think are in order from first to last. The first one is the fastest time to pass and the fastest to your first payout, and then the frequency. Coming at number 1 is Top Step with 4 days to pass and then 5 days to your first payout, and you can get a payout once per week. Next is Perdia, 5 days to pass and then 10 days to get your first payout, and then once per week. So about an extra 6 days on Perdia to get to your money. Third place is Earn to Trade with 15 days to pass, but you can get a payout at any time if profitable. So if you have $100 in profit, you can pull that money out. And that's kind of a sweet deal. Coming in at number 4 is Elite Trader Funding, 5 days to pass, 15 days to pay out. And this used to be 20, but they sweetened it now to 15 recently. And then after your third payout, it goes to 10 days each time, and it's once per month to pull your money out. And last place is Apex, 7 days to pass, and then 20 days to get your first payout, and that's twice per month. So with Apex, you're gonna see in a second, it's the cheapest, but it's gonna take the longest to get to your money. The next parameter is cost and resets, and this will go from the least expensive to the most, including discounts. And we're going to look at an average 50K account, because I feel like most traders go for that 50K account mark, so we'll use that as our baseline. Coming in first at the cheapest is Apex at $167 a month. Now this is for an unrealized trailing drawdown account. They only have unrealized. They have tons of discounts. This is why they're number 1, because they often do 80-90% discounts. So you're really spending between like $20 and $40 for the accounts, and the reset fee is $100. So they're pretty cheap, but with the caveat that it's an unrealized trailing drawdown, and I did a whole section on this in the Apex review video on how it's kind of a scam and how it gives them the edge with the unrealized. So if you go the cheap route, you get what you pay for. Understand what that drawdown is, all right? You can comment on this video below, what does that mean? And I appreciate the engagement, but you're gonna get a faster response if you just go to their website or type it in Google or email them and ask what it means. Coming in at second is Perdia at $159 a month. It's a little cheaper than Apex, but they don't do as many discounts, so it comes in at number 2. It has an end of day drawdown. This is good. They do rare discounts, and the reset fee is $100. Coming in at third is Top Step at $165 a month, end of day drawdown. They do rare discounts, but currently, if you're watching this video, they do offer it for $49 a month. I don't know how long it's going to be on there for, but go look and take advantage of that while you can. Reset fee is $100. Fourth place is Earn to Trade at $170 a month. It's an end of day drawdown, and they do periodic discounts here and there. The reset fee is $100. And you're going to find that all of these are in the same sort of $10 range. They're about $160 for the account. And coming in at fifth place is Elite Trader, because the end of day drawdown they offer is $220 a month. It's $165 for the unrealized, but we don't want that one. And they do often discounts, and the reset fee is $75. So it's a bit more expensive for the end of day, but the reset fee is cheaper. So if you get them on a discount month, they usually do it around holidays, you can kind of get it for about the $160 range. You can get the end of day, and it's a cheaper reset fee. So in that situation, Elite Trader kind of gets bumped up to being a bit more cost effective. Up to you on if you want to wait for that or get into a different account now. Next is going to be drawdown and the consistency percent. Now, in no particular order, Top Step, Earn to Trade, and Perdia all offer a drawdown, an end of day drawdown. Elite Trader Funding offers that, but it's more expensive. And then Apex does not offer an end of day trailing drawdown. Now, they all have a 30% consistency rule, with the exception of Elite Trader Funding, which is a 40% consistency rule. And all that means is that your best day can't be more than 30% of your total profits. So the 40% with Elite Trader Funding is a bit better for traders. Up to you if you want to go for that or not, but that's a sweeter rule set. They all have like a couple different things from each other to be competitive. Like Elite Trader Funding is more expensive, but they give you 40% consistency. There's these little things that you can kind of compare, but they're all kind of in the same rule space. Next, we're looking at scalability. This is if they offer scaling. Next, we're going to look at scalability. This is if they offer scaling. So if you can scale your contract size and your account limit. Earn to Trade is the best one because their entire program is built on scaling your account. You can start at a 25K account and move up to a 50, then move up to 100, and that's the general arc of a trader, is always increasing your account size as you get better. You can run 3 combines and have 1 funded account. Next is Top Step. You can have 3 express funded accounts and 1 funded account. With Perdia, you can have 2 combine accounts and 1 funded account. So Earn to Trade, Top Step, Perdia, pretty much you can have a couple combine accounts and then an actual live market funded account. You can have 1. Funded means you're in a live market with live data trading with the real market, not on a sim. And I've traded Top Step on live accounts, and I've pulled money out of Top Step in the past from live market money that I've pulled out of the market trading a real account on live data. That's what you want eventually in a prop firm. You don't want to stay on sim the entire time. Apex and ETF do not offer live accounts, with a caveat on ETF, but they can do 20 accounts max. So if you're someone that wants 20 accounts and you want to grind it out for really cheap, you can go for Apex or ETF. Apex on a discount. Now ETF does offer live accounts. I don't think Apex does at this point, but they offer it in a way where if you prove yourself and you've done 4 or 5 payouts, you can come to them and ask to be put in a live account, and then they can work with you and do that. I don't really know much about that because I never got to a live account with ETF. I've done it with Top Step, but apparently that is an end goal with them, but it's not really advertised on their site. Whereas like Top Step, Perdia, and Earn to Trade, it's like legitimately on their site, like here's what happens to get you to a live account, and this is what happens when you get into a live account. It's very clear cut and it's very in the path. You don't have to email them and say, hey, can I get a live account please? I guess that's how you have to do with ETF and Apex. That could change in the future, but as of right now, that appears to be what it is. And the next, we're gonna look at the profit split. Now, Apex, the first 25,000 is yours, and then it's a 90-10 split, which means you keep 90% of your trading profits, they keep 10% after you make 25,000. Caveat emptor with this, again, it's the cheapest, and they give you the most bang for your buck as far as the profit split. It's the best one, but you have that unrealized trailing drawdown. So you don't want to get the shiny object syndrome where you're like, ooh, 25,000 I get to keep, I'm gonna go there. And then you find out it takes the longest to get to the money. Remember, it was last place in the time, in the payout frequency, and then it was the cheapest. So they kind of draw you in with that. So caveat emptor, buyer beware with that. 25,000 sounds nice, but the rest of them have a 90-10 split. 10% is not that much. It's easier to get money. Elite Trader, you get to keep the first 12,500, and then it's a 90-10 split. You can get an end of day drawdown and keep your first 12,500 and 90-10 split. So Elite Trader is really kind of the best one as far as the profit split. Top Step, you get to keep the first 10K, and then it's a 90-10 split. Now Top Step is just a little bit under ETF, but you can get your money way faster on Top Step. Coming in 4th is Earn to Trade, and that's just a straight 80-20 split. And then finally 5th is Perdia, the split 70-30, and this is scalable. They say it on their site. We know that 70-30 is not competitive, but you can scale up if you become a better trader. So they're a newer firm, so they're gonna be a little bit different on the rule set as they grow, but I like the newer firms because what we kind of see is in the beginning they have simple rule sets, and sometimes they start to tighten them up, as we saw with Top Step and Elite Trader Funding, and then now they kind of roll back their rules and go more simple again to be competitive, and we're seeing that again with Elite Trader Funding and Top Step. So it's 70-30 now, but they kind of win some of the other prop firms in some other categories. So if that's something that doesn't bother you, you can go for it. And then it's scalable. If you're doing well, you can go to 80-20 or 90-10 eventually. And they could up that. So it's not a huge deal for me. Some people it is. Some people I go 70-30, I'm out. It's fine. It's up to you. And then lastly, I wanted to touch on who offers live accounts. I kind of already talked about it, but live accounts, Top Step, Perdia, Earn to Trade, Clear Cut, they offer you live accounts. Apex and Elite Trader Funding, I guess you have to like prove yourself and contact them and you get a live account. I don't know, if someone has a live account with them, comment and let me know. So the final verdict, so taking into account these 5 main parameters and accounting for the general rule sets, I'm ranking the prop firms in this order. Now remember, the best prop firm to select will depend on your skill level, your goals. Every prop firm on this list is a viable one, and I've been reviewing them individually on this channel for the last few months. But with that being said, here is my ranking. Coming in last is Apex. Apex is the cheapest, but they have that unrealized trailing drawdown, and it takes the longest to get the money out, so it's cheap. And I've done $20 accounts on Apex, and you just don't take them seriously, and you kind of blow them. When you have a bit more skin in the game, a bit more money on the table, you tend to trade the account a little bit better, because if I blow $20, it's not a big deal. I'll buy another account. But if I blow 150, it's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. So you trade a bit more cautiously when there's more skin in the game. Everyone's different. It's up to you. Now, tied for third place, I'll explain why, is Elite Trader Funding and Earn to Trade. Now, I tied them because they're about the same, but for me, I like to use a Mac and I like to use Tradeovate, and Earn to Trade does not offer that. You have to be on Ninja, so you have to use Parallels, you have to be on a Windows PC. Now, if you're a Windows guy, it might not matter to you, and Elite Trader could be third, or Earn to Trade could be third, and Elite Trader offers Tradeovate, so they're kind of about the same as far as how they got ranked in the category, as far as cost, scaling, and everything. So it's kind of up to you between those. They're about the same. It depends on what platform you prefer to use. If you're like me and you want to use Tradeovate and you don't want to deal with having to get Windows on there, then Earn to Trade might be out. If you don't mind using Parallels, which I've downloaded, you can use Ninja on that. It's up to you, but I kind of put them at third, tied for third, and then third, fourth place. You decide. I'm just giving you the stats. Second place is Perdia. I like Perdia as a firm. I've talked with their CEO. They're a newer one. I like kind of what they're doing. They want to like really get into the coaching and education and like help traders grow. They have a free reset account. This means if you're a brand new trader, you can get in an account and you can reset as much as you want without having to pay a fee. So if you're new, this is really good because you can kind of grind and like cut your teeth on it and get used to it without having to pay that fee. And that of course means first place goes to Top Step, which is surprising to me because I wasn't the best supporter of Top Step in the past. I kind of boycotted them, but they've changed a lot of their rules. They've gone back to being simple. They took away all the stupid little rules, like you can only take so many trades in a day, and you have to be in a trade for 20 seconds. Like all those are gone, and it's very clear cut. And I went and looked at the new rule set, and I can't deny that it's the fastest one to get a payout. It's the easiest. They're very clear about their offering compared to the other prop firms. They made themselves competitive again. And so I like Top Step. I'm using them, and they're going to go to the first one for me. But again, they're all viable. It all depends on what you're trying to do. If you want to scale and grow an account and really go through that natural arc, you're going to want to go to Earn to Trade. If you want cheap 20 accounts and you just want to like link them and try and grind 20 accounts, you're going to want to go for Apex. If you want fast payouts, you're going to have to go for Top Step. If you want to get better at trading and like learn and have a coaching and like a community, you might want to go with Perdia. Just depends on what your goals are as a trader. Everyone's different. Some people want money now, some people want to grow, some people are new to trading and they want to get better at trading, so they want to learn and they're not so concerned about getting payouts, but just building good skills. You're going to have to define that on your own. They're all good for that, but they're all just a little different. This is my ranking. You'll find the link for each prop firm in the description below, and any discounts that they are running will activate with the click of that link. And let me know in the comments which firm you think is the best, or if you would rate them in a different order. Lastly, I have to remind you that if you want to pass these prop firms to begin with, you'll need the best trading course that your money can buy. So you'll need to sign up for our full-time trader course, which goes over in-depth how to trade the markets effectively. Go ahead and sign up for our free webinar and get 1 hour jam-packed of material with strategies that you can start using today. We go over an A to Z course on how to trade futures, the psychology behind it, strategies that you can copy and paste, you learn how to trade them, what to look for, You can go into sim, go into the prop firms, and then wait for those setups and then take trades based off of what we're teaching you. It's good stuff. You don't want to get in it. That hour webinar is free, and we go over that in there. So go ahead and check that out. That's it for this video. I hope you liked the comparison, and I will see you guys in the next one.